Okay, so it is Sunday and we are gonna go do some fun things. One of my favorite stores is closing, which is Joann's Fabrics. So there's one that's not too far from here, so I'm gonna go and see what they have on sale and see what they have left. Hopefully we can get some good things. And then when we come back, I'm gonna finish my quilt. This is my lemon quilt that I've been working on for way too long, and I've been making some progress on it. It is actually almost done. There's 5 rows on it, so I have 1 more row to finish, and then I've been putting all these to connect everything together. And then I have to do these things across here. And then I have an edge, which is this, is going to go on the edge. So yeah, hopefully I can finish that. I don't know if I can finish it today, but I'm definitely going to try because it's been a long time in the making and I'm ready to get it done. It needs to be done so I can move on to some other projects. So yeah, that's what we're doing today. Today's daylight savings time, so we lost an hour. It is actually really nice outside. See, it looks nice. So it's only like 35 degrees though, which stinks, but it's supposed to be in the 60s this week, so that'll be fun. So yeah, let's go. Let's go get some coffee first. I feel like every project or every day, every fun adventure should start with coffee. There's my baby. I got a bunch of stuff. Got some milk jugs I have to take back. And my camera stuff. It's a really good thing that my car parks itself because I would never be able to get into that parking spot by myself. It just wouldn't happen. I feel like it's about to be spring. I mean, I know it's mid-March, but all the trees are gonna start blooming here because it's supposed to be in the 60s next week. And I think like 67 next Sunday. So that'll be interesting. So we are going to brave Starbucks on a Sunday and it looks like a disaster. Hopefully some of these cars are here because Five Guys is here. But you never know. It used to be just Starbucks was here. That Five Guys has only been there for a couple of months and Starbucks parking lots still look like this. So let's go check it out. All right, so I got my drink and you know what? It only took 30 minutes because that's Starbucks these days. Let's go. Have I mentioned how much I appreciate that these stoplights are up? Have I mentioned that? Maybe a couple of times. This is Columbian Square in Weymouth. It did not used to have stoplights. It is so much better now that it has stoplights. Unbelievable. It used to be complete madness. And now it's like civilized. So nice. So here we are, and it looks like there's quite a few people here, which I think is really funny because I don't think there's ever been anybody here in all the times that I've been here. It's never been busy, which is crazy. Everybody, I guess, is going to get going to probably see if there's sales, which hopefully there is. Ever since I started sewing, Joann's has become one of my favorite stores. They always have tons of stuff in here, especially fabric. This is one of the best places to get fabric, so it's really, really disappointing that it's closing. I used to scrapbook as well, and they have tons of scrapbook stuff in here. I still kind of do, just I don't have as much stuff as what I used to. So I'm a little bit disappointed that things aren't really on very much of a sale. The fabric is only 20% off, which, I mean, that's really not very much if you're really looking to get rid of it. I guess it is early on in their store closing, so we'll see how that goes. I am kind of surprised that there's so many people buying so much stuff when it's barely on sale. But I don't know, I guess a little bit of a sale is enough to motivate people to buy things. I know this store looks really empty, but that's not uncommon. They haven't had a lot of stock for a long time. A lot of the shelves have looked empty, so it really wasn't surprising to me that they are going out of business. It kind of surprised me that it took so long for them to go out of business. It is really sad, though. I have no idea where I'm going to buy fabric now. I'll be stuck buying it online, I guess. All right, so I got a few goodies. There's not a lot left, to be honest. Unless you're interested in fabric, which I am, but most of their fabric is only like 20% off. Which is sad. But they said they're going to be open for about 2 more months. About being the key word there. Most of the thread is gone except for the expensive stuff. I bought some of the last like bias tape things. There were still a few left. And there are like zippers and things, which I could buy. So I didn't realize they had designer fabric in there. I mean, I saw that they had like Lucky Brand stuff a while ago, but I didn't realize they had Draper James. I would love to have some of that. Of course, it's like $25 a yard. And I've been thinking recently about making my own clothes, which is probably a funny joke. I'm gonna need to buy one of those forms. And that's, I don't know. That's a big jump from making quilts, for sure. But we might as well challenge ourselves, right? Challenge yourself to do something fun and something good. And yeah. So I don't know. We'll see how that goes. More to come on that for sure. Yeah, so I just got some thread and some bias tape. They have sewing machines in there too, but they're not super discounted yet. I feel like they will be. Another month, if there's any left, there will be. I'm surprised how many people buy things when they're 20% off or 30% off. Why not wait until they're like 60% off? But to be fair, there wasn't a lot of inventory in that store to begin with. A lot of the little things that like hang on the shelves, most of those aisles have been empty for years. So it was kind of like, it's not a surprise that Joann's is going out of business. It's kind of, the writing's been on the wall for a while. So yeah, anyway, I am going home now. I am gonna finish my quilt. Probably get something for lunch because it's like 12:30, but I don't know what I want to eat. So yeah, then I'm gonna try and finish my quilt, and then we can move on to some other projects. I want to make some more handbags. I love making handbags. I made this one, which isn't really a handbag. It's more like a bag that I keep my camera equipment in. But it could be a handbag. I have an idea too for keeping them closed with magnets, but the magnets that I bought are not strong enough, of course. So I need to buy some stronger magnets. And I looked in Joann's, they didn't have any, so I'm gonna have to get some from Amazon, I guess. So, yeah. Anyway, I think that's it for now. My car does this really cool thing, and of course I missed it. But, oh, you see that? See the red thing? It's showing me that there's a car that's moving on that side. Like I shouldn't move. See how this one has red over there? Also, my screen is like super dirty and it needs to be cleaned. Yeah, super cool. I love it. This is one of the best things that my car does. I absolutely love it. Do you see how tight this parking space is with that thing there and the car? This also has to be the first time that my car has gotten it on the first try. But I love it. I would never be able to park my car like this. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't be able to do it. Okay, so I have to plug my car in. And then use the app. And it's going. Okay, I had to stop at Whole Foods, I forgot, because I needed milk and I got some pizza for lunch because I love their pizza. And that's it. This is lunch, Whole Foods pizza and Beverly Hills 90210. All right, so here is what I got. Oh boy. I think that's everything. So I got some satin for blankets, some different colors of this bias tape, and then some smaller pink ones. That was all they had left. I'm going to use those for handbags. I don't know what I'm going to use these for. Probably handbags or quilts or something. And then I got kind of a variety of thread because they didn't have a lot left. So I just kind of picked up some colors that I thought I could use. So that's what I got. Okay, so here's where we're at. We have 5 rows. I have this last one pinned. So I'm gonna sew it up real quick. And then I think we only have 1 more row. Oh, we might have 2. Nope, just 1 more row. So we're almost done, which is crazy. And then we have to do these, and then I have this stuff to go on the side. So let's sew this up real fast.
I cannot stand the way you look at me. You got me reaching for something more. And please forgive me, I can hardly breathe.
Okay, so now we have to pin the next thing up, and we might as well start from the bottom. Or, no, we'll start from the top. So we just unwrap these. My trash can ran away. Unwrap those and unspool them just a little bit. The top one, we have some threads here that need to be cut. Okay. So, one of them goes on the back, like that. I don't know if you can see this. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. One of them goes like that. And then the other one goes on the front. Like this. Hopefully even. And then we pin it in the middle. So that it's on the back and on the front. And then we have to do that for each one of these squares.
Now you got me painting roses on the bedroom floor. And Mr. Hazel eyes, Mr. Golden skies, you don't see what you're doing to me. And Mr. We're just friends, you know in the end it won't be pretty.
So we got that all sewed up, went really well. And now we have the last row. And then we can do the cross ones. So let's get these all pinned.
It isn't fair the way you say my name, like a song I've never heard before. And you say that loving is impossible. You say that loving is impossible, but it's a feeling I can't ignore. Oh, and Mr. Hazel eyes, Mr. Golden skies, you don't see what you're doing to me. And Mr. We're just friends, you know in the end it won't be pretty. You got me painting roses, you got me painting roses, you got me painting roses.
Okay, I can't believe that's done. I'm like shocked that we actually made it. Now we get to do the same thing, just down the sides. So more pinning. All right, let's go.
Oh, I can't resist. I can't resist the one I adore. And oh, now
So I don't know how many days it's been. I've lost track, but I've had enough for today, so I just wanted to show you the progress. I only have 3 of these seams left. So 1, 2, 3, but you have to sew them down both sides and then pin them on both sides too, so it takes forever. But here's what we have so far. And then after I get done sewing all of that, then I have to go back and look at the back again, because we have a lot of places like this they got bunched up weird that I didn't notice at the time, and I'm gonna have to tear that out and re-sew that. And there's quite a few of them that I've seen. So anyway, this is the absolute worst way to make a quilt. I saw somebody making one like this on Instagram, which is why I decided to do it. And they said it was super easy, and they lied through their teeth. Let me tell you. It's not super easy, and I would not suggest making a quilt like this. It's torture, and it's taking forever, and yeah, I've had enough for today. Okay, so this is the last one. I cannot believe that this is the last one, that we actually made it. This has been one of the most challenging projects that I've worked on in a long time. And yeah, I'm just sitting here while I'm pinning and sewing and pinning and sewing, and I wonder why I take on these projects. You know, like what's the point? Why do I need to be creative? Why do I need to do something that's challenging and frustrating and irritating? But you know, it's like the only thing that I can think is that's the whole story of my life. That's like all the projects that I do end up being that way. I can't stand just being mediocre. You know, I want to take on the really difficult stuff that nobody else wants to do. I want the projects that nobody else wants, and I want to fix them or to make them better. Like at work, I know I've been talking about this promotion that I was possibly getting at work, and I finally did get it. And I'm super excited about it, but I'm also like really terrified because it means that I have to take on this problem that a bunch of very smart people can't figure out or haven't been able to figure out. And it's probably not just one, there's probably multiple problems like that. But on the one hand, it's like, who am I to say that I can figure out this problem when nobody else can figure it out? People who are a lot older than me, people who, you know, are a lot more educated. Not only do they go to better colleges, but they have PhDs, and they can't figure out this problem. It's kind of, I mean, it's very intimidating. But I just go back to every other thing in my life. Like, my whole life has been taking on these massive, impossible projects and figuring them out. and that's what I do. That's what I love to do. I love the challenge. I like the not knowing. I like being uncomfortable, and then I like the feeling that I figured it out when nobody else could, or very few people can. Yeah, I think that that's something that we all need. Maybe not impossible projects, but definitely really difficult projects in our lives, because that's how we learn, that's how we grow. Otherwise, we just stay the same. And what's the point of life if you're never gonna learn how to do anything new, or you're never gonna grow any more than what you already are? I don't know about you, but I want to be better. I want to be faster and stronger, and I want to know as much as I possibly can know. And then once I've reached that, I generally get bored and I want to do something else. So yeah, I think that that's why I take on these difficult projects. And I think it's important to stop and remind myself that that's why it's important. It's why it's important to do these things, because you can't just stay the same. There's so much more to life than just doing the same thing every single day. Which, I don't know about you, but I get stuck in these ruts where I just want to do the same thing. You know, I want to eat the same food. I want to watch the same TV shows. Like shows that I've seen over and over again. There's a level of comfort there. You know, there's no anxiety. You know what to expect. It's easy. But then there's also this feeling of, okay, well, if I keep doing this, am I wasting my life? And the answer is probably yes, to be honest. And I don't want to be one of those people who gets to be, 60, 70, 80 years old and is disappointed with their life. Sometimes I feel like even at almost 40 years old, like I haven't done everything that I've wanted to do. And I kind of need to get moving, because I'm not saying that I'm having a midlife crisis. I'm just saying that, my life is half over and I'm probably having a midlife crisis. I've already had so many midlife crises, though. Like, every time I hit a major milestone birthday, I flip out. Anyway, that's the point. That's why I do these things that are so difficult. So that I can accomplish something new. So that I can learn something new. So that I can challenge myself to do something that I know I can do, and I know that I need the challenge as well. I like the challenge as much as I complain, which I do. I like to joke that I'm not happy unless I have 5 things to complain about, and that's probably true. Okay, we finally made it to where we can put the binding around the outside. And I'm going to be honest with you, I've never done this to a quilt. I know you don't usually put this type of binding around quilts. But we're going to figure it out as we go. Hopefully there's enough of it too. I didn't exactly calculate that. So we're just going to wing it, and see how it goes. I don't know where you're supposed to start, so I'm just going to start in the corner. And this is going to be so much easier because I don't have to use the pins. Let me tell you about how much I hate those friggin' pins. I have poked my hands so many times. It's so horrible. So ready to be done with them. Now the question is, do I have enough of those clippies? Which the answer is probably no. Hey, just 400,000 more of these to go.
Don't wanna feel the way you make me feel. A peculiar shade of blue. And now you got me feeling all the shades of indigo.
Okay, so I made it back from Hobby Lobby, and I got all kinds of fun stuff, probably way too much. Some remnants of material. I like this one. I used this one for the last quilt I made. This is like canvas, but I thought it might be fun to make a handbag with, and this one is the same. And that one. And this is what I really wanted. They only had two, so I got two just in case. I think one is enough, but I got two. Just in case it's not enough. Let's just have more than what we need because I really, really want to finish this blanket today. Okay, and I saw this thing online about joining these. And I don't know if it's gonna work because I've never done it before. But we might as well try it together. See if it does work. So what they said, let's see if this makes sense. They said to take this and this and sew it like this. The seam goes from here to here. From there to there. And then you cut the rest of it off. I think. I don't know. Let's try it. Let's try it. How bad could it be, right? Also, let's change this. Okay. And it would be so nice if you would just behave properly. Okay, let's see if this does what I think it's gonna do. So there's our... Yes! That's what I wanted. So then you just cut this off without cutting the seam. Probably should leave more of a seam allowance than what I did. Allowance? Whatever. And you just, it goes like that. And it's, if you aligned it better, it would look a little bit better. But I didn't. So it is what it is. It's fine. It's totally fine. Everything's fine. Probably should have left more in the back. It's fine. Okay. Back to the pretty stitch. And back to clipping all of this. It helps if you turn the camera on. Anyway. Yeah. So one block down, Hopefully the sewing machine will function correctly. We'll see.
I cannot stand the way you look at me. You got me reaching for something more. And please forgive me, I can hardly breathe. And now you got me painting roses on the bedroom floor. And Mr. Hazel Eyes, Mr. Golden Skies, you don't see what you're doing to me. And Mr. We're just friends, you know in the end it won't be pretty. It isn't fair the way you say my name,
I cut it too short.
like a song I've never heard before.
Why am I not surprised? Okay. I really wanted to cover up this corner, and I wanted to fold it under, but that's probably not the best, but I don't hate it. Oh, I ran out right at the last minute. How did that happen? I finally had some good luck with this thing. And it's not done. Don't get me wrong, it's not done because it still has some stuff to clean up. But let me show you what it looks like. Here it is. See the pretty little seam? And here's my pretty quilt. I'm gonna have to make my bed so that I can put it on my bed and show you what it actually looks like. Let's go do that. All right, here we go. It's supposed to be a queen size blanket and it looks small. Kind of looks like I made it too small, doesn't it? There it is in all of its glory. But, so my bed isn't queen size, it's full size. So, I guess it's not too bad. I don't know that I would make another blanket like this again. It was not easy. It doesn't look bad now, though, which is good. I was concerned. Here's what the backside looks like. See, it definitely still has some issues that need to be fixed, which I will be fixing for sure. But, yeah, I'm just glad that it's done, to be honest. Super glad.
And you say that loving is impossible.